Chicago, Illinois, called the City of the Big Shoulders by poet Carl Sandburg. It's home to more than 2.8 million people, tall buildings, the blues, Oprah, pizza and hot dogs, wind. But Chicago is also home to art, that awe-inspiring collective product of human creativity that so appeals to the senses. Works by artists such as Pablo Picasso, Marc Chagall, Alexander Calder, and Jean Dubuffet are on display in public places throughout the city and have become well-known landmarks and tourist destinations for art lovers. The greatest art destination of them all is the Art Institute of Chicago. Located at the end of South Michigan Avenue at 1 million square feet, it is the second largest art museum in the U.S., surpassed only by the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. Its collection encompasses more than 5,000 years of human expression from cultures around the world and contains more than 260,000 works of art. Before visiting the Art Institute with the family, it would pay to do some planning. Admission is free on Thursdays and Fridays after 5 p.m. during the summer, and on Thursdays after 5 p.m. the rest of the year, or at any time during the month of February. Otherwise, be advised, adult admission is $18, making it one of the most expensive art museums in the country. One last important bit of information is this: no videotaping allowed, period. Therefore, the rest of this video will be in slideshow form. Let's begin in the basement and work our way up. We'll start with the Thorne Miniature Room. Indiana native Narcissa Niblack Thorne began collecting dollhouse miniatures as a child. When she married one of the heirs to the Montgomery Ward fortune, she found a way to display them. As Mrs. James Ward Thorne, she designed close to 100 rooms to showcase her collection. Between 1932 and 1940, she commissioned master craftsmen to build the rooms to her specifications. All of the rooms are at a 1:12 scale, meaning that every inch within a given room equals a foot in the real world. Some of the interiors are set as far back as the late 13th century and as recently as the then modern 1930s. They certainly have an appeal to this day to both old and young alike. A little girl said while looking at one of the rooms, "Hey, this looks just like my Barbie's chair, only hers is pink and plastic." Next up on the first floor is the Art Institute's Asian collection, which contains 5 millennia of works from China, Korea, Japan, India, Southeast Asia, and the Himalayas, with 35,000 objects of great archaeological and artistic significance. Would you believe that this was used as a pillow? This was created during China's Jin dynasty. Porcelain pillows were then in wide usage, having reached their height of production, only to be phased out in the Ming and Qing dynasties with the emergence of better pillow-making materials. This is a winged beast tomb figure from the Western Han dynasty, which predates the Jin dynasty by about 1200 years. This Chinese bell, or nuzhong, from the Eastern Zhou dynasty dates back even further to between the 8th and 6th century BC. It's amazing to be within arm's reach of ancient history, but you do have to be careful as you walk through the museum not to get too close to the pieces, let alone even think of touching them. Security guards, and there are plenty of them patrolling the floors, will tell you, if you can see your shadow on the subject, you're too close. The Art Institute continually features special exhibits, such as modern and contemporary works on paper, a collection of 80 drawings that, due to their inherent sensitivity to light, are rarely exhibited in public galleries. Alongside the venerable Henri Matisse, Pablo Picasso, Joan Miró, Piet Mondrian, and Salvador Dali, it features new artists as well. Some of them are very good. While others, to be honest, make very little, if any, sense. This was created while riding on a subway. Overall, though, it's a great exhibit. It's too bad that these pieces can't be on permanent display. On the way to the modern European collection on the second floor, you'll see the huge, mural-size Sky Above Clouds 4 by Georgia O'Keeffe, inspired by the views seen from an airplane window. To paint it, O'Keeffe had to stretch canvas across the end of her double garage and climb a ladder in order to reach the top. One of the best-known Swiss painters of the 19th century was Ferdinand Hodler. By the time he painted Des Truth and James Vibert's Sculptor, he had developed a style of parallelism with the subjects placed symmetrically and symbolically onto the canvas. Le Panier du Pomme, or The Basket of Apples, is among the great paintings by Paul Cézanne, as it helped form a bridge between 19th century Impressionism and 20th century Cubism. On the next installment of A Visit to the Art Institute of Chicago, we continue looking at Impressionism and Post-Impressionism, including Monet, Van Gogh, Cabot, George Seurat's most famous painting, and more.